there could be some delay in terms of how and when I speak versus getting to the YouTube live. So this is going to be a session where we slightly focus on how to check your chat score. Most of you would have done it already. It's all right. To check it in multiple places if that is something that you would want to do. So go for it. We have made our chat score calculator live, and it took us a while and a couple of false starts as well until we got there. So that is there, and then we'll also discuss some amount of uh, what you do with this course, what happens, and all of that. Right? So I'm going to share my screen and share my browser as well. I hope you guys can see this. So go to online.2im.com. You can see 2im's score calculator here. So click on this. It will take you to a page. You can read about our take on cat percentile prediction and everything. And then you need your URL that your IMCAT gives. So I have already logged in, and then I have the URL. So I right click here and then say copy link address, and I go here, I say check score, it gives me this, I paste the URL and then I say get scorecard. Your scorecard is live. There were some bugs we had to fix so that we don't see, again, the idea behind not sharing it upfront or not giving out a percentile per se is more in tune with not being very doubly sure of not giving out any kind of information that could be even mildly wrong. So yeah, so that is the reason why we kind of stayed away from rapidly giving out some random things. And so remember that if you are really keen on checking your percentile type thing, you can check out it. Chat 2020 analysis of 2IM, you'll get there. So you can check it out there, but I can tell you it is at best guesses. Don't. I can understand the eagerness of you wanting to find that number or wanting to find, hey, have I crossed the sectional cutoffs? See, two things. One is what normalization can bring to the score. The other thing is, at least my speculation will be, the sectional cutoffs might slightly go down. At least that is my speculation. Again, there is no proof that that can go down. There is no need that that can go down. But my thought process relies on the idea that a lot of people have missed out on a section, maybe DLR, maybe what, some even in verbal, right? If you have missed out on one section, but your overall is decent, then see the bottom line is your, let's say your IM code wants to roll out first round of calling for 10,000 or 15,000 people, and then shortlist them based on their submitting things, and do a second round of interviews for GDPI, WAT interview, all of that for about 3,000 people, and then a bunch of them will go on to A, B, C, I, even L and chill out while not taking up code, and then some will end up taking up code. So they usually have a data of, let's say every year, this has so happened that about three, for example, all the numbers are imaginary. If there are 3,000 people that are applying to or getting through to the second round of IM code, about 400 of them end up joining IM code. Right? Let's say your CAT scores are so off this year, they don't have those 3,000 people. If the sectional scores are hurt a lot of people, if that is the case, that could be the case, that could not be the case, but if that is the case, then maybe, see, they have systems that tells you based on these criterion, how many people can I shortlist for the first round, how many people can I shortlist for the second round, and how do I make this work. But they also want candidates. It's not like if they have 450 candidates each paying 20 lakhs for 2 years, suddenly one fine day they are not going to say, hey, my CAT, based on my CAT scores, these candidates have not performed in one section, so I'm not going to take them, and then I will not fill 200 of my seats. Not going to happen. Not going to happen by any standards. So remember that. Don't feel super dejected now. It is all right. If you have not gotten a great score and maybe your sectional cutoff is not right, you're always thinking about your sectional cutoff compared to last year's sectional cutoff. You really don't know if that is exactly going to be the case this year. Maybe it will change, maybe it won't. But don't lose hope now, because wait for the results to come. Wait for institutes to release their. Uh, I know the wait could be really agonizing and painful. Take it as an impetus for you to prepare really well for your XAT, IFT, SNAP, NMAT, whatever is possible. Give it all a good go and see where it takes you. It is all right if it did not really go well. I went into IIT Madras after my fourth CAT. I did not want to get into your ABCs of the world. I was, in some sense, modest. But even then, I did not want to go to a college that is what you might call a tier 3 or something. And it took me 4 years. I'm not a genius. I need time to get there. Arvind went into, my colleague, went into NITI this year with after his fifth CAT. So that should, or fourth CAT, that should mean something. Right? It's not, I'm not saying that is how it should happen, but for a lot of successful people who end up in these schools that they want to end up with, sometimes it takes them more than once, more than twice. And people with 5 years of work experience are not looked down upon. So remember that. Again, we get a lot of questions that people say, hey, I have 3.5 years. Is it gone? Is CAT not for me anymore? It is not the case. Remember that. Remember that. It's definitely not the case. So have that in your mind. Again, the CAT score calculator link had been posted in the comment. Thank you for your patience. Guys, we are working real hard to make it work the right way. Somebody's asking how much did Rajesh sir score. The scorecard on display is Rajesh sir's. Maybe I'll zoom in so that you can check this out. So again, like we mentioned already, like Rajesh mentioned, hey, you want to use my scorecard? Go ahead and use it. Well, privacy be damned. So yeah, his scorecard is there. Probably it is also zoomed in so that you can check out. Again, all you need to do is go to online.com, upload your URL, or click on your URL and then paste your URL there, and then you'll get your score correctly. Right, 152, as somebody mentions in the comment, 152 is his score. So remember that. Don't give up hope. Hope is a fantastic thing to have. So don't give up on hope. If you have other exams that you are preparing for, take them very, very, very seriously. It matters. Last week I had a session with Agastya. Probably most of you know this already. Agastya is the natural candidate who can get into the ABCs of the world. Some things fell apart and then XLRI worked out for him. Right? So maybe XLRI will work out for you if you feel like CAT is completely gone. One other student did end up scoring about 85-ish in CAT and then 80, 85-ish in CAT, if I'm not mistaken. She did end up scoring about 95 plus in ZAT, and then she finished in XLRI HR. So she wanted HR program. So for her, that score was a reasonable score. So there is always hope. Remember that. Don't give in to this peer pressure of, hey, what is my mark? What is your mark? How could I get some prediction? Right? Don't predict too much. I can see a lot of people are sharing your slot one. This is my mark. What do I do? And all of that. Intentionally staying away from the prediction thing that we are supposed to do. Intentionally staying away. We have a fantastic 1,000-word blog written on why are we staying away from this. So you should check that out. Again, someone can share that link as well. So if you're really keen on what our take is in terms of what are the slots and what are the percentages. So sorry, my audio kind of repeated. So I've shared the link for CAT analysis page as well. Again, all of these are cases. If you read this page, you can see, if you read the first part of it, then you will realize what we are talking about. Everybody can say fantastic things. Maybe they can be accurate, maybe they cannot be, need not be. What happened last year need not repeat this year, which is why we don't want to get into the foray of predicting some random numbers and then see. We don't want to end up with a sour taste. We've stood for some value, we want to be an example for that. So we are not going to do fancy things and then give out percentage just for the heck of it. So that is there. If you are preparing seriously for the other exams, please, by all means, prepare well. If you are seriously preparing for XAT, then I shall share a link for that as well. XAT question paper. So share a link for one question that is there, and from there you can pick it up. From there you can go back, go forward, and all of that. Right? So please don't lose hope. It matters a lot. Don't lose hope. See, end of the day, who's going to be there with you is yourself. So don't lose hope. It matters a lot to stay hopeful. This is not end of the world. It's all right to have scored a 50 or a 25. It's completely all right. You might think of it as, hey, my year is gone. It's all right. Sometimes the time is not right, sometimes the time is right. Don't feel this sense of how do I put it, of I have been vindictive. Don't feel like somebody has cheated you. Don't feel that somebody has made your life miserable. That is not the right way to approach your life as well. So it is all right. And if you are feeling really down and bad, many are feeling the same. Remember that. Don't forget that at all. Another important thing that I wanted to mention: you don't need to give any of your personal details while checking the CAT scorecard or score calculator. So go there, you plug in your URL, and then you're done. No need of logging in. No need of logging in at the last step of submitting all of that. Right? Sectional cutoffs remain same. I had touched upon this. So my personal opinion, not opinion from 2IIM, my personal opinion is maybe sectional cutoffs will go down. I gave a longish example on what if IIM Kozhikode needs 3,000 people and can find only 1,500 based on this sectional cutoff. What happens? Right? Even if not ABC, LKIS, your blacklist, the other schools will reduce your sectional cutoffs. Your IIM Trichy, Raipur, Ranchi might reduce, especially because they also have a sense of, I want to admit 160 people, I want to admit 300 people. So I need not the top 3,000, but the next 3,000. Then what do I do? Right? So it matters. So remember that. I pretty much covered whatever I wanted to say. Once again, the idea of how to go about it, go on to online.oim.com, click on the top bar that says CAT score calculator, go there in your URL that you copied from your CAT login. Maybe save that URL for your future reference as well. Maybe download and save that HTML file as well, because after few days, I guess 11th, if I'm not mistaken, the file will not be available. So remember that, right? And again, one more thing, soon we are going to, we will be having videos for CAT 2020 answers. If you can take value from it, because in which you're preparing for the OMETs from now on, or you're preparing for next year's CAT, if you're still motivated, all of this will be really useful. So definitely do subscribe to our channel, do like this video. Every like matters to us, every subscription matters to us. We've come this far because of your support, and we've intentionally stayed away from doing a lot of gray area things, shady things. So keep supporting us, it matters a lot to us. Best wishes, guys. Cheers. All the best.